What's going on? You are tuned into Kick'em Pick'em Gambling Show, brought to you by TwoFootTalk. I am your host. They call me Young Leg. With me, as always, Mr. Burr Oaks. Oaks, what's good?
Oh, nothing. Just really poorly timing that intro song to come back with the water.
Yeah, what are you gonna do, dude?
Happens.
It's not like you have heard the same song for the last 3 years every single Wednesday. How would you know how to time it? It's fine. Guys, great news. International break's almost over. So we're getting back to it. Club football is back. Thank fucking God. I know we make it seem like it's the longest 2 weeks ever, even though we only have to do one international break show. But either way, I fucking hate it every single time. If all of your players came back healthy, consider yourself thankful. If a team you're rooting for lost, who fucking cares? Club football is back. Oh, also, just right before I guess I can ease my way into fuck yous, if you are not intelligent enough to realize that as soon as a Barcelona player fucks up for their international team, and that means they immediately become a Barcelona player again, welcome to the show. Hey, my name's Young Leg. Yeah, that's my whole fucking thing. That's why I also tweet, hey, I can only root for this guy 2 weeks a year. I'm looking at you, Rafinha, you fucking guy. So anyway, last week's fuck yous. Top of my list is Brazil. And it's not even like anyone played super poorly besides, Brazil's whole back line, midfield, goalkeeper.
Where the fuck was Alisson?
Alisson got a head injury or something. Where's Ederson is what I want to know. Is he just washed completely now? You don't even make the roster? So now I'm not mad that a bunch of Brazilian Serie A guys get opportunities. I just wish they'd actually take advantage of the opportunities because this is a Brazil team that's been begging for a forward to step up, begging for a goalkeeper to step up. I thought it was going to be Alisson. A couple of great performances by him just the entire year so far. And then, of course, injuries come. Besides the manager being absolute trash, and they already know that, and they're working on getting him out, I'm not even going to learn how to properly pronounce your name because you aren't lasting for Brazil.
Right, because you're already fired.
Besides that, can we just – I don't know why all these teams do it. My club team is also guilty of it. If you have a good back line, stop fucking switching it, especially when you're about to go play the world champs. You dumb dickhead. Stop switching it. Now, Bruno G getting suspended didn't help. What's-his-face getting injured as well. So then you had Andre and Joelinton as your midfield. No excuses for Brazil. That was a pitiful fucking performance. You had, 2 shots? Luckily, Cunha made one, but goddamn. The only good news is that the books had that said as the total was 1.5, I think, and then there was 5 goals. So fuck you, Vegas, for that one. And Alvarez is just free money. We're gonna bet him every fucking game. Other than that, Brazil just pitiful. And the worst part is that you made me watch Argentina, and I've had to hate watch Argentina and watch them win. But I had to watch them play good football against the 5-time world champions that are supposed to be the kings of South America. And you embarrassed me in front of my friends, pretty much. So I'm mad at you, Brazil. On the flip side, fuck you, Argentina. Now, I know it's a personal thing that I don't like them, but there's just so many fucking scumbags on that fucking team. Romero, Otamendi, Rodrigo de Paul, Martin, just straight up classless scumbags that I always have to listen to. Looking at Paredes being like, I have 2 Copa Americas and a World Cup. Messi has spoiled an entire generation of Argentines that now get to brag like they've ever done anything in football. Yeah, what are you doing at Roma, Paredes? Shut the fuck up. Oh, you got to be on Messi's coattails when him and Di Maria won you a World Cup? Guess you weren't there when Argentina kept choking. Or do we forget that? How many minutes did this motherfucker have in the World Cup, and how many minutes did he actually contribute anything? Because I'm tired of watching these random Argentines that have done fuck all in world football, but Messi gifted them fucking 3 titles, so I got to listen to them talk. Fuck you guys. That's like Arturo Vidal flexing 2 Copa Americas to a team that also has 2 Copa Americas. You dumb motherfucker. So I think the cherry on top was looking at Rodrigo de Paul talk about well, beforehand, we never disrespect anyone. And he kept saying beforehand. So technically he's not wrong, but hearing Rodrigo de Paul talk about the Argentina football team and not disrespecting people as if you didn't have to just go issue an apology for singing racist songs like 6 fucking months ago. Enzo Fernandez literally had to give up the armband for a while and apologize to all of his French teammates. Did Martinez not carry a doll with Mbappe's face on it? So the whole we weren't disrespectful. Oh, well, until after the game, then it's cool.
Right, until we won. And then why?
And after we won, it's cool now to be disrespectful pieces of shit. So that I just love how he picked his words. Like, well, we weren't disrespectful beforehand in interviews that you guys could see at least. It's like, oh, I'm sure you guys weren't saying anything on the bus, even though there's videos of you singing after. But I'm sure you guys are very quiet before. Nothing was said. So fuck you, Argentina. Continuing on dickheads, Zabaslai. I probably mentioned it, but the fact that one, you're arguing with a 20-year-old and your get back at him was like, haha, you don't start for Real Madrid.
Neither would you, Zabaslai.
Yeah, that's what I was just like. Yeah, but the team he did start for just beat your ass 6-0. So, like, you're gonna brag about, oh well, I played more minutes than you. Yeah, and you're only competing for 1 trophy. So
how'd they do in Euros, by the way? Did they make it as far as Turkey in Euros by chance?
Oh wait, they didn't do fuck all. So
okay.
Yeah.
Turkey made the quarterfinals with Gruler contributing a bunch of goals and assists, though,
Yep.
right?
So
Okay.
I don't know. It's just it feels like a weird battle, and like the fact that you had to go Google a 20-year-old's minutes. Haha, you're 20 years old and you like only played 1,000 minutes for Real Madrid. You got me. Oh no, I already
Sounds
have
like
used...
1,000 more minutes than Zabaslai's played for Real Madrid.
Well, it's just funny because it's like, oh shit, you got me. What am I gonna do with this Club World Cup, Super Cup, and Champions League and La Liga title that I already have at Real Madrid in my 1 year here? Damn, what am I gonna do? And what's even better is if you put their stats side by side. Now, mind you, Liverpool fans, I don't want to take it there. We don't have to do this. But when you put their stats side by side, you see that how many more minutes he had and the fact that their goal contributions are pretty much equal. That's when it's like, ooh, now people are actually looking at your transfer market stats. Are you sure you wanted to do that? Is that where you wanted to take that one? So, dickhead of the week goes to Szoboszlai again. You got it last week and this week. And my last one's just U.S. men's national team. Fuck you guys.
Yep.
What's even worse is when you know somebody on the roster, so then you text them and you're just like, dude, your coach is a fucking loser. Why? Are you kidding? All right. Well, I was just like, well, now mind you, they won't say anything bad. I'll just say the bad things. But really, you had to ask why. And I was like, well, I don't know. Maybe it's the boring football, the 2 straight losses, the absolute pathetic performances against inferior opponents, and the fact that you're supposed to come in here and make a winning culture out of our golden generation, and you've done nothing. I forgot that Pochettino was even the manager. I thought it was still Greg. That's how bad it is. So what's even worse is when the media interviews Pulisic after, and they're just like, so what should the U.S. men's national team fans, what's the next step for them? And he's just like, hopefully they keep supporting us. I was like, what type of fucking question is that? Now, I'm upset. I think they played like shit, and it didn't look like they were trying, but what is he supposed to say when you say, what's the fans' next step? Keep supporting the team. Yeah, that's how fandom works. We're fucking stuck with these guys. That's why we want them to be better. So the next step for us is continue to watch and support, and hopefully they do better. Like,
it doesn't help that we have the World Cup and we're getting an auto bid either. Like, the fact that all we're going to do is play fucking friendlies and meaningless bullshit Gold Cup stuff is just a joke. Like, we need real competition to make the World Cup, and we shouldn't just be gifted a spot.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that we set up a couple of really good friendlies. Like, let's go play Argentina. Let's go play France. Let's go play Brazil. Let's go play Italy, Germany, Spain. Go play those guys that you know are going to be in the knockouts. See how you match up. Because I do not expect them to they can win maybe one knockout game. All these people are like, oh, 2026, I think it might be our best shot to win it. I was like, that's really sad. Because we ain't fucking close.
We ain't winning it. I don't know if y'all saw Spain last summer.
Dude, we're not beating any. We couldn't beat Panama. We lost to Panama. We couldn't score a goal on Panama. And all the people that are still trying to defend Matt Turner, the goal against Panama, all the people are like, yo, Tim Ream should have stepped. Yeah, you're probably right. But when half the fucking goal's open, it doesn't matter who steps. My guy, what were you doing? What were you doing? What was that?
I loved the get ready to speak USL League One, buddy.
Yep. What was even better is when USL League One responded, was just like,
the
fuck did I do? Why am I taking shots because they asked? What the fuck
me?
Yeah, it was just the 50 Cent meme, like, fuck me. So, USA, my expectations are so low, too, for the U.S. men's national team. And you really do have a ton of talent to work with. You have Josh Sargent firing on all cylinders. Weston McKennie can literally play 8 positions. Timmy Weah is playing fucking fullback in the Italian league. Tyler Adams, I'm told if he starts, they don't lose games. Christian Pulisic's having his best season ever. Like, so what's good?
Right. Why can't we take everybody's club performance and move it over here?
And like international, nobody wants to hear this. International, it's supposed to be easier. That's why we have these Captain America Pulisic guys where it's like, yeah, he's got 10 and 10 over in Serie A. So, yeah, when you're playing Panama, I'm kind of banking on a hat trick. I won't lie. Like, you got to do something here, man. And I don't want to put all the pressure, all the blame on him because what are we doing in the back line? The U.S. national team is still in shambles. Nothing has been fixed. Pochettino came in with all these big quotes of, oh, well, if you don't play for these clubs, like, you're not going to play here. And I'm still watching Matt Turner play.
Back. Like, we need somebody who can finish a goddamn ball.
The fact that he can't get Josh Sargent to score, but Norwich can, is
right.
Really
that he's bagging 20 for Norwich.
And the fact that I can't get my boy Haji Wright in a starting lineup or Zach Steffen in the starting lineup. You had Zach Steffen coming off of one of the record saves in a game. My man had 12 saves in the last game and then went right to camp and couldn't get a start. And I had to watch Matt Turner get his ass beat by Panama and Canada in a fucking third place game. What are we doing? Hey, switch it up. What? Where did you get your coaching license, Poch? And now this take is aging like fucking fine wine. He's not a good manager. What does he have? 1 League One title? Or did he blow that also? Remember when he was the PSG coach? Yeah, me neither, because he did fuck all. Remember when he was the Chelsea coach? Yeah, me neither, because he did fuck all. You know what we give him all the credit for? He took Tottenham to the worst Champions League final in history and lost. That's what we give him credit for. And then they made a documentary about it. Hey, remember when I almost won with this team that never wins? Give me all the jobs.
Turns out we still didn't win.
Yeah. Oh, shit. This guy still can't win. Great. Even when people ask me about, like, oh, is this going to be a good hire? I was like, well, he's better than the last guy, but don't expect to win anything. That's aging great, too. Honestly, I might be disrespecting Greg with that one, and I'm sorry. That's how bad it is.
I don't have a ton of fuck yous that we didn't already cover. I don't know. It was international break. I didn't watch a ton. I was very right on a lot of things, so I guess I'll give myself a shout out for that. If you're not betting Eriksson every time he puts on a Denmark kit, what are you doing?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. It was international break. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't watch much. I did watch that fucking Brazil-Argentina game though, and yeah, turns out
I didn't even talk to anyone after that fucking game. I was so pissed off. I was like, you didn't even put up a fight. I was like, I was taking shots on target like fucking candy, and you got nobody. Cunha, shout out Cunha for getting one. And that Julian Alvarez goal did save me, and that Enzo shot on target. But other than that, everybody was trash, and I hate you all.
Facts.
Oh, also, fuck Nick Diani. My man is ducking a whole bunch of shit. My man's trying to be a troll when it comes to Vinicius Jr., and then Liverpool and Mo Salah got buried. Then Lazio got buried by Bologna, and just back-to-back weeks haven't made an appearance. So now I'm just going to call him.
Chirping us about Uruguay in the group chats?
Oh, yeah. He's going to chirp Uruguay, and we're both just like, dog, they're all backups in.
Right. They didn't even start Fetty, dude.
Yeah, they didn't even start the captain. Did you see the back line? They literally swapped everyone. And then in the 6 minute, 55th minute, the coach folded and was like, all right, yeah, guys, I fucked up. I probably should have started these guys. So
I'm actually glad
Nick
he started
Gianni, where you at,
because
dog? That's all I got, though. I hope everybody feels better. Moving on, should be a pretty easy show here because there's no English football besides the FA Cup. So we're going to talk about 3 of those games, and you can probably imagine which one I'm going to leave out. So we'll get right through this FA Cup, and then we'll move on to the big boys over in Spain. First things first, so we got Fulham versus Palace. So what is this, the semifinals? Quarterfinals? Quarterfinals.
Yeah, something like that.
I don't know.
So we'll go down.
Yeah, quarters. There's 4 matches. I'm not a huge fan of the FA Cup because I can never tell who gives a fuck. This one, I love Fulham at home. You're getting a plus side for Fulham at home. I love Palace. I do think they could score a goal for us here. So if you wanted to look at both teams to score, that would be something to add on to. Number probably sucks as English teams, but I like Fulham at home. And Eze coming off of a great international little, what was it, like a game and a half he got to play? Just maybe one full game, but either way, he was balling. Hopefully that carries over so we can get my both teams to score. But I like Fulham on the money line for sure.
Yeah, I like I'm right there with you. I like the both teams to score here at minus 120 over on Caesars. I think that's a nice number. Palace can get us a goal. Fulham kind of plays dead even to their competition. What's the deal with this? Is it extra time and PKs now, or are we doing
legs? I think there's 2 legs.
Okay. Yeah, just give me the both teams to score at minus 120.
Is there 2 legs?
I don't know.
The fact that they will just randomly switch and that England is so greedy that they'll have 2 different domestic cups really gets me fucked up. I won't lie to you.
Yeah, I'm not going to act like I care about English football.
Do they have VAR in this one?
Yes, they do now, I believe. I don't know. I'm not going to act like I care.
I definitely don't care about this one, but
right.
I can't even tell if they have to play 2 legs. Maybe it is 1 leg because I don't see another leg. So
yeah, it does look like
if it's 1 leg, that would mean that they do have to go to extra time.
I would think so.
Yeah, I don't know. I just like Fulham at home, even though Fulham is fucking draw FC.
Yeah, I'll take the both teams to score at minus 120.
You know what we could do is just take every single game to go to added time.
Yep.
That's not even a bad bet.
Nope.
Moving on. Next one we got Brighton versus Nottingham Forest. So I'm looking at Brighton at home at minus 125. A little bit of juice. I'm going to probably eat the juice because I think Nottingham Forest is going to have to put all of their energy into getting that top 4 spot and getting a Champions League spot. I think they care much more about the Premier League. I think getting a top 4 spot is just as good as getting a trophy when it comes to Nottingham Forest. I also think that they shouldn't be in the top 4 and that it's going to ruin their club from the inside out. So either way, I'm cool with Brighton getting the dub here. This is probably Brighton's only shot at winning any silverware. I mean, the same could be said about Nottingham Forest, but again, they need to get that Champions League spot. So they've got a tall order when it comes to finishing out the rest of the season. They got a couple of rough games coming up as well. So I don't know if Brighton's going to really be at the top of their to-do list. I'm not even going to sit here and act like I can give you a goal scorer for Brighton because João Pedro looked like shit over international break. Mitoma looked like shit over international break. Maybe Danny Welbeck wants to come back to life. Old man Danny. Who knows? Chris on target is always on the cards for me.
This kind of screams 1-1 draw to me. I like the under 2.5 here at plus 117 over on Bet Rivers. Nottingham's pretty stout defensively. Brighton at home. Brighton's obviously been playing better football going into international break. Like Leg said, I'm not sure how motivated Nottingham is in this competition. I don't even know if we'll see Big Wood starting or if he'll maybe check on as a sub. Either way, it doesn't super matter to me. I like the under here. If anything, I'm maybe seeing a 1-0 either way or a 1-1 draw with the potential to go to extra time and or PKs, however they do it.
All right, last one we're going to talk about. Bournemouth versus Man City. Oaks, I'm going to do it again. And I'm going to fucking hate myself.
City money line.
I'm looking at City on the money line at plus 135. And Bournemouth is the giant slayer right now, too. But, FA Cup magic, this is the only trophy City has on their horizon now. Period, point blank, at all. They just lost the final last season, so I want to say that they got that kind of this is their get back. You got to win this one now. This is probably the easiest FA Cup they'd ever have to win as well when you look at the teams remaining. Not like that's not going to be a big order for this Manchester City, but right. I have to take Man City. When you see Manchester City versus Bournemouth and Man City sitting at almost plus 140, I understand what's been going on in the year 2025 of our Lord, but I still can't not ignore that when I'm looking at their starting lineup because I know Phil Foden's going to be out there, Erling Haaland's going to be out there, Kevin De Bruyne's going to be out there.
Did you see what Haaland did for Norway? Like, just get the fucking ball to him, guys. Like, I don't know why this is so goddamn hard.
Yeah, it's weird how people try to overcomplicate it when it's like, hey, giant Norwegian up front, kick ball into rectangle. So, again, Bournemouth has been doing the giant slaying here, but I have to take Man City at plus 135 or plus 140. It's bouncing.
I'm going to take Bournemouth on a draw no bet at plus 110.
Well, yeah, you could just have it go in at a time and be like, yeah, this is probably going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm going to keep fading City. Ideally, I'd like to see City win no trophies and not play in the UCL. That's an ideal finish for me.
Well, they might be losing a bunch of points, and they might be worried about relegation as well with all the court cases coming up. We'll see what happens with that. I doubt it, though. Their lawyers are fucking A1. They're ballers. Their lawyers were just like, oh, you want more information? Actually, we're just going to sue you. Oh, you dropped everything. Okay. Yep. Or it's like, oh, are we guilty? Well, let's just bury all that shit under 10 years of paperwork, and good luck getting to us now. Oh, you're still mad about that from 10 years ago? Nah, that doesn't count.
I'm just really looking forward to when all the players turn on Pep, and they're like, you know what? We're not winning anymore, and this shit ain't fun, and you're actually a garbage manager, dude, because nobody's having fun, nobody feels empowered to do anything creative, and we're not going to play fucking terrorist football anymore because we're not winning any goddamn trophies. Get the fuck out of my face, you bald fuck.
I just don't know how you're going to go and get these, like, electric players, the Dokus, the Savinos, the Phil Foden's of the world, and then be like, all right, but you can only play like this. And it's like, whoa, what the fuck? Because it should be really easy in Pep ball. It should be like, hey, creative guys, you're going to sit right below this giant Norwegian goal-scoring robot. Just feed him.
Right.
Yep. And, yeah, we're cool. Kovacic, take anyone out that gets past you. Thank you. That's all we got, though, in England. We're now moving on to Spain. We got a Thursday game, people. And if we haven't already seen Barcelona fans bitching, I feel like they forgot that they got an extra week off. And the match was called 20 minutes before the game. And then they rescheduled it for a Thursday. So anyone that had those Saturday match day tickets, fuck you pretty much. Yeah, Barca versus Osasuna. So guys, I don't want to be that guy and be a hater or anything, but Osasuna got Barca's number right now. And I'm getting Osasuna +2 at -130. +2. Barcelona can easily win this game. At the crib, Osasuna is a much more inferior team. They should handle business here. Now, they don't have Rafinha, don't have Araujo because of the short break, even though Hansi Flick was just talking all this shit about how they didn't need that much rest. But now these guys are going to be too tired to play. So that's kind of weird that you would say that in the same two press conferences you had. Kind of.
My favorite thing is Barcelona's the only team that has like refused to show up to a game before. They're like, well, Madrid, that's just that's the most pussy thing we've ever heard. It's like, oh, really? Because like I went back and checked, and you are one of 2 teams ever in Spanish history that refused to play a game and then got your sanction dropped because you're Barcelona.
Well, there's also the whole thing of like, didn't y'all literally skip your game 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
And again, rest in peace to that guy, and thoughts and prayers to his family.
But I had a starting 11
in my hand. Did you really need your first team doctor for your match at Osasuna? Their doctor wouldn't have been good enough. There's no other doctors at Barca. You don't have any other doctors, just that one guy. What is he, a good luck charm? so he couldn't do it. So getting a little weird, but Barca should win this game, but the spread being 2 goals is wild to me, especially when Osasuna beat Barca's ass earlier this season. Because I was like, oh, maybe I'll get an Osasuna double chance or +1. And then I see it's +2. Okay, we can do that. I'm fucking cool with it. Also, I don't want to be that guy, but I'm seeing Pedri Ballon d'Or shouts, and I don't wish injuries onto people, but you know what's due, right?
I do. I usually don't, but I'm happy to wish injury on Rodrigo de Paul because I fucking
Okay, well, the people that deserve it's different, but I'm just saying, when's the last time you saw Pedri play this many minutes for this many months in a row? So I'm not wishing it upon him. Just maybe slow it down. You guys have a bad habit of running your younger players into the fucking ground. So it'd be a real shame if that happened.
I missed it in fuck yous, but Yamal Dick Riders, just very done hearing from you.
Oh, I've been done for about fucking a year now for that one. Ever since the Euro, and they were like, yup, he's top 10 in Ballon d'Or. I was like, this guy scored 5 fucking goals last year. What are we talking about? What are we doing?
I don't know. There's not a bunch of great numbers here. Budimir for a shot on target at -135 is a nice little parlay piece.
Yeah, I like that one too. All right, moving on. We'll talk about these guys again. Real Madrid versus Leganes. I fully expect to see a bullshit lineup from Madrid at the crib. They'll probably win. I need them to win. But I looked at the both teams to score number. I like the both teams to score number a lot. This is one of those games where this is Leganes' Super Bowl. And anyone playing in the attack or anyone going up for any set pieces, any corners, they just know I'm at the Bernabeu. I can tell my grandchildren I got the score against Real Madrid at the Bernabeu. That's why I'm looking at both teams to score. Especially because I also think Vasquez is going to start. So that's pretty much all the backing I need is, Vasquez is probably going to play. So they probably scoring. And it's going to be off a bullshit header back post. Just so we're all clear.
Do we have anybody on loan at Leganes?
That's a good question. I'm looking at their strikers just to start out, just because I know how they usually roll.
Look, I don't have anything for the show on this one. I'm just going to bet a bunch of player props when we get Real Madrid's starting 11 3 hours before kickoff.
I don't think they do have any of no attackers, at least. I think we're safe.
That's dope.
I think we're fucking safe, actually. That's crazy. Oh, Renato Tapia shots. I don't hate at all. He's only taken 8 so far this season. But for some reason, every time he plays against Real Madrid, he's like, yeah, you know what? Fuck these guys.
Fuck it. Yeah. So Madrid, they're going to win. They're going to score goals. Yeah, I just need to see it start 11.
No Madrid players. All right, moving on. So Barcelona has to play again on Sunday. I can't wait to hear them complain about it and how it's like, oh, but we just played Thursday. Yeah, well, you also took a week off. And they're going to keep forgetting that they got an entire week off before their Champions League match and an extra 5 days before they played Atleti. So I will bring those numbers back up again when you guys decide you want to complain about it and how the league's fixed against you, even though you took an extra week off. I like the both teams to score number again. I know this is not the Girona from last year, but I would love to see Girona get us 1, and then I'd probably end up taking Barcelona money line of both teams to score. It is the best number I could find in this game.
I'm not going to bet this game.
I don't blame you. We'll see what happens with Osasuna. Because speaking of Osasuna, we also have Bilbao hosting Osasuna. And I think Osasuna is going to go balls to the wall against Barcelona on Thursday, and then Bilbao is going to fucking have their way with them at the San Mames. So this is the biggest Sunset please come back game of my life. Because if Sunset's in that starting 11, I'm taking Bilbao money line and over 1.5. That number's looking pretty decent. I'll probably take a Williams brother parlay, maybe either between shots on target or take one for a goal, one for an assist. And if Sunset is playing, he is going to have a goal contribution because he's an absolute baller. Also, not to brag, but just did his SBC in Ultimate Team, and now I have Sunset Player of the Month card. Guy's a baller.
I'm hoping Bilbao doesn't get awarded any penalty kicks because those are too easy for them and they just miss all of them apparently. Goddamn, somebody go practice.
Hold on, was Sunset in during the penalty kicks?
No, he was not. So somebody go practice some PKs and start making them. I like the over 2.5 here at plus 102. And Bilbao's defense, even at the San Mames, is still a little bit shaky here. I could be talked into both teams to score at plus 110 over on Caesars.
All right, last one I got for you. Biggest game of the weekend in Spain. We have El Gran Derby. It is in Betis, in Seville. We have Real Betis versus Sevilla, the Picklers versus Sevilla. We're getting an awesome number on Real Betis. And like I said, I think 2 months ago now, Betis is fun to watch, and Betis is playing good football again. Cucho, right before international break, finally got his first goal, and it was a game winner, and it was absolute daggers. I can't wait to see him kind of build off of that one. Isco's still Isco. He still is just averaging a man-of-the-match performance almost every single fucking game. He's still averaging almost a goal contribution every single game. I think he does have that, actually. I think he might be.
I think he's above that because he missed like the whole first half of the season.
Yeah, I think he's got like 13 goals and assists in 11 matches or something.
Yeah.
So he's absolutely balling. I thought it was weird that Antony, the best player in La Liga, wasn't called up for Brazil. I thought that was weird. Or if he was, I didn't see him. So I will continue to take him for shots because I know how he is. But if I see I had to unfollow Real Betis on Twitter.
They keep giving me Antony plus 800 for an assist too. Like I'm gonna bet that every game.
Well, I mean, Sevilla is buns. This will be the game though for the El Gran Derby where they're just gonna all of a sudden.
Yeah, you wake the fuck up for this one.
And Betis is gonna do some dumb shit where they start Bakambu up front instead of Hernandez, and I'm just gonna start getting pissed off and watching him piss away opportunities and waste Isco highlights. So I'm running with Betis money line. I need to see the right starting lineup, but I still think Betis will be able to get over the line. Sevilla doesn't travel well, and even when they're at home, they'll still let you down. If they want to get up for this derby, even better for me. It'll be a good watch because I still think Betis would beat Sevilla even on their best day. And the kit game in this one, it's going to be fucking beautiful, guys. We get the green and white stripes versus the classic red. And if it's not the classic red, it'll probably be the classic white and red, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be the Reds. Just a classic La Liga jersey matchup. I love it.
I really like cards here.
Oh, in a Spanish game?
Yeah, in a Spanish derby? I know. Shocker, right?
So I'm going to give you the lowdown on betting cards when Betis is playing. Wherever you see Isco, if you see some slow, big motherfuckers around him, they're all probably going to get cards because they're probably going to have 3 to 4 fouls by halftime.
Right, because Isco's just going to dance straight around them. I like Betis at home here. Betis team total over 1.5 is plus 110 over on Caesars. If you think Sevilla's scoring, both teams to score at minus 120 is a pretty good number. Over 2.5 plus 106 over on Bet Rivers. And then, yeah, like Leg said, just keep betting Isco and Antony props because the wheels aren't going to fall off.
I'm just picturing like a 2-0 Betis win, so I would have a hard time taking that over.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame you, but I could also see like Betis gave up 2 to Leganes. They went down 2-0 and then came back to win 3-2. Betis's defense is still ass. It's just that they have enough offensive firepower that you forget. You're like, oh, that's right, because now they're dominating possession in like 65 to 70% of the game is taking a place in their opponent's third. But like that 30 to 35% of the time when the opponent has the ball, they're pretty good at scoring because this Betis defense is still ass.
Yeah. All right, we're moving on. We're going to Italy. I got a couple big-time matches for you. First one I got, Napoli versus Milan. This is a big one for the Scudetto. It is Napoli playing against a massive side over in Italy. That being said, it's still Milan, and Milan's doing Milan shit this year, and it's all very embarrassing. They will put up a fight. I do think that they'll get you a goal, too, if you wanted to put both teams to score in any parlays. But I do expect Napoli to keep it really tight. And just how Italy goes usually, I would have a mind you, I think Napoli will win the game, but I would still have a hard time betting it over in this one. Even though I'm telling you guys Napoli's going to win and both teams can score, I would still just know I'm sweating the whole fucking time if I take that over. Pulisic props are still fantastic. He looks great in the Italian league right now. McSauce is still the best
What his
midfielder on the
manager
planet.
fucking starts him because he's a piece of shit.
Well, I don't think he has any idea, and he's just kind of coaching to make sure that he doesn't lose his job. He's like, well, no, we're just trying different things, guys. See, no.
Oh, no, he's going to lose his job.
So I don't know how you can really back this Milan team after watching what they've done. That's why it's more of just, hey, hopefully Pulisic and Jimenez figure something out so they can be at least a fun team to watch offensively. But Conte's got Napoli doing the things that he does at any club that he runs when they look like a successful side. I can't even say all of his teams anymore because that Tottenham stint and how trash they were. But McSauce in Napoli, that's what I'm running with for this one. Great kit game also.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. I do like Napoli here at home. If they want to win the Scudetto, this is a must-have. 3 points. So minus 102 over on MGM. Definitely not a bad price there. I agree with Leg. I love the both teams to score at minus 125 over on Caesars. I like the over 2.5 at minus 106 over on FanDuel. And now I'm right with Leg. Pulisic to score or assist to give a little fuck you to Poch for playing him out of position over international break. And McSauce, I believe, scored a goal, right? He scored for Scotland. I got that notification. Yeah, McSauce to score or assist because I don't trust Lukaku. I still think Napoli's one of their biggest problems is Anguissa is still hurt. He didn't play at all over international break. If Anguissa does make a comeback, it's still just like his first game back. So I don't necessarily think he'll play the whole match. But yeah, when you take away that kind of anchor in the midfield that Anguissa's been able to provide, and then you sell Kvaratskhelia and all your creativity out there on the left wing, it definitely becomes a lot harder to get points. So Napoli's got to figure out what they're going to do with the money from that Kvaratskhelia sale, what they're going to do with Osimhen, because I know he's on loan, but you're still paying a bunch of his wages. Good spot to try and rebuild next year, but I don't think that helps you win Scudettos this year. So, yeah, right. I think they've already kind of fumbled the bag because I just don't see Inter. It has enough experience and has won enough Scudettos that I don't think they're fumbling the bag now that they have the lead. Even though we played who doesn't want to win the Scudetto for 2 months. So yeah, I don't know. I Napoli, congrats on second place, I guess.
Damn. All right, moving on.
Sorry, Mike. Sorry, Mike, if you're watching.
All right, next one we got Fiorentina versus Atalanta. I don't know if you guys all looked at the odds yet, but they have Atalanta like almost plus 100 to win this one at Fiorentina. That's fucking crazy to me. Am I the only one that watched Atalanta get absolutely blessed by Inter? Now, that is the best team in Italy right now and whatnot. But Fiorentina is playing way too good of football to be that much of a dog at the crib.
Didn't Fiorentina get beat by a beverage?
Everybody gets beat by a beverage, bro. We're not going to act like that's something fucking crazy that they couldn't beat a beverage. That's like half the teams in Italy. I'll go look at how many fucking wins Lecce has right now. That being said, Lecce is above Parma, which, guys, I tried to tell you. You need milk to beat you. I like Fiorentina. I think that they definitely play up to their competition as well, especially Fiorentina at home. I think they only have 3 losses right now at home, and you're giving me Fiorentina on a double chance at the crib. I like that. It's sitting at like minus 125-ish, right around there. And I'm going to continue to run up Moise Kean offside, and I'm going to continue to run up Moise Kean for a goal because he's trying to get that golden boot over in Italy. Maybe in Europe. We'll see what happens. See what he's feeling.
What's going on, Mike? Good to see you. Thanks for checking in. Appreciate it. Didn't want to slander your Napoli boys without you here. I'm with you, Mike. I like the both teams to score at -125 over on Caesars. I don't hate the over 2.5 either at -110 over on Caesars. I am probably in the minority here. I am going to back Atalanta on the road because they have the best road record in all of Italy. They are 10-3-2 away. They play their best football away from that brand spanking new stadium they got. So I'm leaning Atalanta money line here at +100. But instead of playing Atalanta on the money line, I'm just going to take their team total over 1.5 at -104, because even though Fiorentina has only lost 3 games at home, one of them was to Como 2-3 home games ago. And Fiorentina at home is still coughing up a goal a game. I think Atalanta, who is playing much better away and averaging over 2.5 goals on the road, I'm going to take them to score twice on the road at basically even money.
Fiorentina.
So all of Italy should be embarrassed because international break was just a huge embarrassment yet again for you.
Fiorentina did lose the Como at home too, so their 3 losses.
They got shut out by Como at home.
Well, their 3 losses are also just shit teams at home.
Yeah.
They're not all the good teams struggle.
You're not wrong.
Back to fucking his prime whenever they play top teams. So that's why I'm like, let's see what Atalanta's got.
Yep.
Moving on, we're going to Germany. First game I have on here out of the 2 is Frankfurt versus Stuttgart, because the next one's going to get contentious. So Frankfurt versus Stuttgart, I will always back Frankfurt at home. I give so much credit to their fans. They make it an absolutely just terrible place to try to tolerate, let alone go and play good football at. It feels great when you beat their ass because you can really hear it from their fans. It's just really hard to do. +140 on the money line. I'm not really going to overthink it. I'm going to run with that one. I'm not even going to go into too many player props or anything. I'm just going to take Frankfurt to handle business at home. I do not rate Stuttgart either.
Yeah, I was looking into both teams to score over 2.5, and it was some crazy dumb juiced number. Frankfurt team total over 1.5 here is -110 on Caesars. You tell me Frankfurt can't get 2 at home against this Stuttgart, who is still mentally broken from getting their backs blown out versus PSG on the final match day of Champions League, where they coughed up 4 and then barely got 1 self-respect goal. Shout out Gerassi for being the guy who had enough self-respect to get a goal. But yeah, dude, Frankfurt team total here over 1.5 at -110 feels pretty out of pocket when both teams to score over 2.5 is like -135.
Yeah, I feel that. If Undav gets a decent number, that's the only name I can think of that I would trust.
He's been Casper the fucking Ghost for a minute too.
Moving on. Last German game, we got Dortmund versus Mainz. So Oaks and I talked about it earlier, and I told him straight up, I was like, see, I don't want to talk about this because I don't know which way to go. And I was like, do we really trust Mainz away? And then I looked, I was like, Mainz away's record's even better than Mainz at home. What the fuck's going on? And then he
Champions League spot Mainz, baby.
Yeah, do you trust Dortmund? I was like, no, never. But Mainz away is what I'm trusting now. So I really don't know which way to go for this one. You're getting an awesome number on Mainz also, and they're a team that's playing absolutely out of their minds right now. They give me real big Union Berlin vibes in like a compliment, but also next year, not at all. I kind of want to run with Oaks here and see if we can get Mainz on like a double chance when they go to Dortmund. But I also said to him, I was like, yeah, and we're going to both agree on this. And then Dortmund's going to somehow fucking win 4-1 against Mainz. And I'm like, oh, is Dortmund good again? And I will never know what to do in Germany, and I'll hate the entire league. That's what it feels like it's going to go now.
Yeah, and Leg even looked it up. Dortmund hasn't beat Mainz since 2023, guys. Like, Mainz kind of low-key has Dortmund's number, and it's not just at their building. I love both teams to score here at -145. Over 2.5 is -140 on Caesars as well. Both of those numbers are from Caesars. pair them shits together and you got yourself a plus number. That's kind of outrageous to me. Because we know Dortmund don't play no fucking defense. Mine actually does, but I think they're going to give up at least one in front of the yellow wall. Mine's on a double chance / Asian handicap plus 0.5 is plus 117 over on Bet Rivers. I think that's a fantastic number. Again, for Mainz, who's sitting in third place in a UCL spot versus Dortmund, who's sitting in 11th place and isn't even top half of the table in Bundesliga. They only have 18 teams, guys. That's pretty fucking embarrassing for a team that is still in Champions League. So yeah, look, and Burkhart is back for Mainz, and he's still balling the fuck out. He came right back from that entry and was like, yo, did you guys forget that I'm the one who gets all the buckets around here? Give me the fucking rock. So Burkhart for an anytime goal is plus 280. Go ahead and run that. What's good, Jacob? Good to see you, brother.
Fuck Dortmund. Yeah, I really do. I know. Well, this guy completely missed fuck yous.
He did, but we appreciate you tuning in.
Oh, did it? Last time I got is PSV versus Ajax, and I just wanted to mention that PSV is playing Ajax because both of these teams are underperforming. Really, it's been happening in like the last 2 months that they've been underperforming because PSV at home for a while just they did not lose. I am a PSV guy over Ajax always, so I will just end up taking PSV. I don't hate taking the goals in this one either because it doesn't really seem like either team. I don't want to say they both are ass at defense, but it's just like a lot of times doesn't seem like they give a fuck about playing defense. So I won't go out there and be like, nah, they're trash on defense because I'm sure the stats will prove me otherwise. It's just I'll randomly watch them and it's like, oh, so you just let people score on every single shot they take and you're not guarding anyone. Okay. All right. Well, so we'll see what happens, but I don't mind taking it over and both teams to score on this one.
Yeah, I like the both teams to score and over 2.5. It's like minus 125, minus 130-ish, which definitely isn't bad. We know that Luke de Jong is in a massive slump. In fact, that they've been starting Perisic over him a lot as striker. That way they can play Perisic, Bakayoko, and Noah Lang all up top. Perisic to score a goal is plus 300, which I think is pretty fucking out of pocket for a guy who's been tearing it up in Champions League and domestically. Noah Lang is plus 285 for a goal. Bakayoko is plus 245. You're getting really good numbers on kind of all of these guys. I know Bobbery is Bird's homie from Ajax, our buddy or my buddy who is a big Ajax guy. Bobbery's plus 285. Like there's really good numbers for everybody here. Even Till playing in the midfield, plus 325 for a goal, probably gets to score assist, a very solid plus number. So yeah, I like goals here. Rivalry, Netherlands should be a ton of flares. And PSV probably wins at home, which is why they're like minus 160 on the money line.
All right, hold on. I'm now seeing that Stephen A. Smith said that he would have swung on LeBron. Is this man dead ass? What are we doing?
Jacob asked me about baseball after we get through MLS bullshit, and I'll tell you all about baseball and college basketball if you want. But let's get through soccer first.
Thanks. All right, last thing we got is MLS with Burroughs.
All right, MLS with Oaks. New England is taking.
What we're doing with the MLS with Burr Oaks is pretty much I'm not going to write down any games, and Oaks is just going to be throwing all the fastballs at you. So if you have a notepad, start writing it down now. It's Wednesday, and these are all probably going to hit.
Yeah, otherwise I'll tweet them out on Friday when I do my lean sheet, as always. If you're in the Discord, though, you have them right now, like right fucking now. Because I wasn't lazy and it was international break. I finally had a day off, guys. There was one college basketball game I gave a fuck about. But yeah, I finally got a day off, which is kind of nice. So anyway, New England Revolution are taking on the New York Red Bulls at home. New England fucking sucks. I think they have like 2 goals this entire fucking season. New York Red Bulls draw no bet -125 on Caesars. Red Bulls are firing. They got El Chapo. They got Forsberg. They got some good ass players. They're scoring goals, and when they're not, they're keeping it tight defensively and getting draws. So give me the Red Bulls. Draw no bet -125 over on Caesars. Toronto versus Vancouver. Vancouver fired their head coach for no fucking reason, even though he took them from being complete ass to being very good last year. Toronto still fucking sucks everywhere, but they'll score at home, and it'll be Bernadeschi. Some way, some shape or form, he will be involved in the goal contribution. Vancouver will score because, again, this is a Canadian rivalry, and these two teams don't like each other. Both teams to score at -135 on Caesars is a very good number for MLS, whose both teams to score in over numbers are usually priced like England because nobody plays any fucking defense here, and all we do is score goals. Shocker when you spend all of your DP money on offensive players, I know. The over in Toronto, Vancouver at over 2.5, -115 on DK. Another good number there. Inter Miami taking on the Philly Union. You know it's fucking Union all goddamn day. You can get Gazdag. Listen up, guys. There's probably only Jacob and Mike and a couple other guys watching without commenting. Gazdag for a shot on targets +125 right now. You know the guy who takes all our PKs. You know the guy who pulls all the strings in the midfield. You know the guy who went over to Hungary and I think played for like 5 minutes, who's super well rested. Yeah, he's +125 for a shot on target. I think that's mad fucking out of pocket. Kai Wagner.
I've ever read, by the way. Miami and
Gunner
Jacob.
I appreciate you not using your burner, Gunner Jacob, but yeah, fuck Messi and fuck Inter Miami. Kai Wagner, I believe, is leading the MLS in assists. His assists is +480. You've seen Kai Wagner put in wicked crosses for the last 5 years, right? I don't know. I'm just saying. It's not like Miami spent a bunch of money on their defense. They still just have Messi and company up top.
Miami's defense not as bad as last year. Remember when they were 1 seed and lost first round? Because I do.
Yeah. How's Calendar doing? Are people still clamoring for him to be the starting U.S. men's national team goalkeeper? Oh, no. That was a 8-month flash in the pan, and everybody forgot who the fuck he was again? Huh.
That's
weird. Weird. Anyway, Union +1 -120 over on Bet Rivers. Dope. Fuck you.
Facts. I also got free nuggets from Chick-fil-A because of that. Also, that was the coolest surprise of all time. Because my Chick-fil-A was just like, yo, Union scored off a corner. I was like, oh, fuck yeah. I was like, oh, free chicken? Hell yeah.
Moving on, we're talking about the dead and lifeless LA Galaxy versus Orlando. Can the Galaxy finally wake the fuck up at home? Probably the fuck not. They don't have a single win on the season in Orlando. Gillespie's still back there doing his thing between the pipes. And I don't know if you guys know this, Pasalic is just eating everybody's fucking lunch in the MLS. He is +300 to score a goal right now. That's wildly out of pocket to me. I haven't watched a ton of LA Galaxy. I know they lost their first game to San Diego, I believe, or was that LAFC? I can't remember. Sorry, Mike. I know you're an LAFC guy. But Orlando on a draw no bet here at +120 on the road, who has historically been one of the best road teams in the MLS for like fucking 5 years. Yeah, give me Orlando on the draw no bet at +120 over on FanDuel, and Orlando team total over 1.5. I think they're scoring like fucking 4 goals a game, dude. Orlando's just absolutely shit pumping people, which has been kind of fun to watch. They also have Muriel. Like, they have some solid guys here offensively that are definitely capable. Give me 1 second here while I pull up the standings. Orlando has played 5 games and they've scored 13 fucking goals, guys. I don't know. I think they can score twice. an LA Galaxy team who looks like a corpse of themselves. So, yeah, plus 130 over on Caesars. Keeping it moving. San Jose versus Seattle. San Jose, not very good. Seattle on the road, gigantic bag of ass. So give me both teams to score in the over 2.5. You can get both teams to score at minus 145 on Caesars. You can get the over 2.5 at minus 120 over on FanDuel. That's all I got. That's all the MLS I care to talk about.
I just bet guys dog shot on target. So that number is only going to go down.
Yeah, they're going to be like, oh, shit, oh, fuck, that guy? Yeah, that's minus 180 now.
They're going to be like, wait, who the fuck did this? Who left the summer like this for 3 days? All right, guys, let's just get right into it. I got a golden booty wheel for you. We're going back to the classic. I took out a lot of extra things. We still have double booty on there. We have Wilds picking Oaks is Wild. I took out 4 gold, John, and picking 0-0. Mostly because it was making my wheel look overcrowded and never
because it started getting too many slots on the wheel.
Yeah. At one point, there was just Oaks is Wild on one slot and like 4 slots next to the Wilds pick, and I was like, all right, there's a little bit too much going on here.
What up, Joe? Good to see you, man.
We're both coming off of golden booty hits during international break, so no big deal. What's good with it? We getting all the golden booty picks in, even when there's no club football. So I think you had Rafinha, who hit that penalty kick, and I had Enner Valencia, who was on for a hat trick, and then he was like, "Word, easy hat trick, penalty kick," and then misses the penalty kick, but makes the 2 open play goals. So that's as Enner Valencia as it gets. I also want to tell everyone that Brazil's back. So Brazilian Serie A starts this weekend, and you will see it in my parlay.
They changed the name.
Listen, it's always going to be Brazilian Serie A to me. I don't care who's paying them. Call it something else.
The Benetano?
Listen, this is what I say. Brazil and Serie A. That's all I'm reading, okay? Anything else is nonsense.
I don't know why they're not still just calling it the Brasileiro.
Yeah, that's a fresh name. So yeah, let's get right into this golden boot. I'm gonna start us off. Oak's gonna follow me up. Let's hit it.
Shake it up, stop when the clock hits 13. Sing 1, 2, 3, 4. Cut.
All right, well, I don't want to warn anybody here, but Leon's fucking back, and we're playing Strasbourg this weekend, and fuck those guys. This is a big match, because if they lose, they drop to like 7th fucking place, and they would get jumped by Strasbourg and Lille. So, and part of me really wants to just run with Ryan Cherky, but I wish that I could get to score an assist rather than a goal for him straight up. But I think I'm going to run with Ryan Cherky anyway. He did score for the French U21s also. He was kind of balling. And then I may have posted a picture of him. He did the Vinny celebration, and I was like, oh, and off to Madrid. I might have posted that. Now, do I think he plays and it would be a good move? I don't know, but I like him and I like Madrid, so fuck it.
But yeah, we'll also take Nico Paz back and we'll just have the most stacked midfield anybody's ever seen.
Well, there's always just like those sweet years where like we're just loaded up in the midfield. Like, go ahead and sell Ceballos. Go ahead and, sell whoever else you want. And then bring back in Nico Paz, bring in Ryan Cherky. We're cool. Who says no?
Get a real defender, though, so Tooch can go back to playing the fucking 8, dude.
Oh, dude, and now with all the confirmations of TAA, just the amount of Liverpool fans that want to argue, like, guys, he's not that bad at defense. And then you have the other ones that are like, he fucking sucked anyway. He just ruined his legacy.
See how bad they're fucking bitching about him not being loyal and staying, and then they turn around and they're like, well, Zubamendi, you should
yeah,
quit on
I did. I also did
here.
See that. You know what's even funnier is there's like, you're just going to leave on a free as if Madrid didn't offer them a gentleman's agreement in January and we offered you money and you said no. So we're like, okay, we'll take him for free. Like that was always an option. That's fine. Also, the fact that EPL is on this means FA Cup, just so we're all completely transparent about that.
Figured that.
Wasn't changed the font for 1 week. Here we go.
Shake it up, stop. when the clock hits 13. Sing 1, 2, 3, 4. Cut.
Let's see. You're in the Italian league. Do I just
I'm
start
just
writing
gonna run
bullshit?
Pulisic.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. That's what I was gonna write anyway.
Dope. Once you said Leon, I already wrote down Ryan Cherokee.
Yep. Well, that's because it's like, oh, am I gonna take Lacazette or Cherokee? Because who the fuck else is on that team? Remember when Wilfred Zaha was on that team for like a month, and now he's on Charlotte?
I forgot he was on Charlotte until I looked today. I'm like, isn't
I
Charlotte
always
ass?
forget, and I was like, oh yeah. Like I want to go to the Union Charlotte game. I think it's in June now, just to see it. Let's get this 15. Get the fuck out of here, though. Standings from last week. I did great. I told you guys Enter Valencia was going to score, and he did. So 100%. Good for me. This week, I got Osasuna +2 at Barcelona. That's -130. That's a Thursday match. Atleti money line at Espanyol is -160. I just think that's an absolutely ridiculous number, and I do not respect like 15th place Espanyol. Real Madrid, Leganes, both teams to score +115. Getafe double chance versus Villarreal. I do not respect Villarreal, especially Villarreal away. That one's sitting at -170. I'm eating a lot of juice there, but I also just don't know how you can back Villarreal. Bilbao money line and over 1.5 versus Osasuna -120. Real Betis money line versus Sevilla -105. Bologna money line at Venezia -120. Roma money line at Lecce beat a beverage -120. Fiorentina double chance versus Atalanta -130. Fiorentina Atalanta both teams to score -140. I just thought that was a wildly low number for an Atalanta both teams to score game. Brighton money line versus Forest -125. Fulham money line versus Palace +135. Man City money line at Bournemouth +135. I really can't wait to be disappointed by the FA Cup. Lyon money line at Strasbourg. Fuck you, you're trash. Lyon's back +145. And then the Brazilian league is back. I picked my favorite both teams to score, and it is Grêmio versus Atlético Mineiro. So that is Hulk and the boys on Atlético Mineiro versus Grêmio. That was a team that ended up picking up fucking Diego Costa. He plays up front for them. Luis Suarez was on that team. I just need them to get me one at home. -105 for that both teams to score, and that is why I love the Brazilian league. And then my parlay is straight Brazilian league. It is Fortaleza Fluminense, both teams to score at -105. Flamengo Internacional, both teams to score at +110. And Palmeiras Botafogo, both teams to score at -125. Brazil is back.
Not bad. I'm gonna start with the MLS and work my way up, so hopefully I can avoid the FA Cup. Give me Orlando, draw no bet, +120 on FanDuel. Look, I try and keep player props out of this, but like Gazdag +125 on DK for a shot on target. Like I mentioned, that number is not going to stick around. So I'm going to put that on my board. Red Bulls draw no bet, -125 over on Caesars. Dortmund, Mainz, give me both teams to score over 2.5 there. Frankfurt, Stuttgart, give me Frankfurt team total over 1.5. Napoli versus AC Milan, give me both teams to score there, -125 on Caesars. Fiorentina versus, nope, I'm going to skip that one. Lecce, Roma, give me Roma on the money line, beat a fucking beverage, -115 MGM. Venezia, Bologna, give me Bologna on the money line, -120 MGM. Betis versus Sevilla, give me Betis team total over 1.5, +110 over on Caesars. Getafe versus Villarreal, give me both teams to score at -103 over on Bet Rivers. Alaves versus Rayo Vallecano, give me both teams to score at +120 over on Bet Rivers. Bournemouth, draw no bet at +110 on Caesars. Brighton versus Nottingham, under 2.5, +117 over on Bet Rivers. Fulham versus Crystal Palace, both teams to score, -120 on Caesars. And I'm going to do a similar both teams to score parlay. Give me PSV versus Ajax. Give me Fiorentina versus Atalanta. And give me Bilbao and Osasuna.
Bilbao and Osasuna. Yo, somebody asked me if this was my like alternate account, and he tweeted. He said, "I'm never wrong. I'm either correct or I'm lying." I was just like, "It's not," but I do live by that.
Coming up for some bonus stuff. I don't know if you guys have seen on Twitter, because nobody has tweeted it yet. I think I might be the first guy to bring you this news. Guys, Tyler O'Neill's gone yard in his last 5 opening days. I don't know if you've seen that. I think I might be the only one with that piece of information. So, yeah, Tyler O'Neill in baseball. I know Jacob was asking about baseball. I like Tyler O'Neill to go yard on opening day for the 6th consecutive season. Another piece of baseball information. If you include last week's series in Tokyo, the Dodgers have won 311 regular season games since the beginning of the 2020 season. All but 53 of those games have been by 2 runs or more. That's 258 wins by 2+1s, or an 81.3% clip. Dodgers -1.5 is like +160 tomorrow. So I really like that in MLB. Other than that, like, I know starting pitchers have already been announced. Strikeouts are always kind of an iffy situation to get involved in. I'm going to let that market completely settle before I get involved in any sort of player props when it comes to MLB. So there's that. And then as far as college basketball stuff goes, I like Bama over BYU on the -5.5. Fuck BYU.
Well, fuck Alabama. I hate Alabama.
You're not wrong. I like Florida to beat Maryland. I'm certainly not laying -6 anymore. I liked it much better at like the -4.5. Wait, I'll play that live. Florida will probably have challenging first half, and then they'll come out and do what Florida does, and that's score a shit ton of baskets and play good defense. Not laying the points with Duke. I don't know. I kind of like Arkansas as an underdog here versus Texas Tech. They don't do enough for me defensively. Love Michigan State -3.5. Go Sparty. I want to say Kentucky and the points, but it's so hard to beat a team 3 times in a season, and they've beaten Kentucky twice in the regular season. So I could see why the market's -4.5 on Tennessee. I'm still probably going to back Kentucky in the points there. Auburn's going to skull fuck Michigan. This is where Michigan comes to die.
Really?
They
That
don't.
sucks.
What's up?
I was about to say, I think Houston's going to beat the shit out of Purdue.
Oh, for sure. But I'm not
really. I was going to say I want to
points.
see Auburn lose, but I don't think they will. But hearing that just made me really demoralized about it.
So yeah, I like Houston there. I don't know. Tonight, if you're looking, shout out my dad, mom, and sisters are all alumni. Illinois State winning the CBI tournament. Shout out Illinois State Redbirds. So yeah, tournament? What's up?
What's a CBI tournament?
It's below NIT.
What's the Crown?
That's it. Yeah, the Crown.
Oh, that's oh, okay.
That's
cool.
CBI. Yeah.
Oh, it sounds cooler when you say the Crown. Why are you calling it CBI?
Pre-programming of what they used to call it for like half a decade.
Yeah, but the Crown actually sounds important. Like, I want to win the Crown. I don't want to win the CBI. You know what I mean?
So shout out Illinois State Redbirds there. Yeah, I don't know. Baseball shit. Tune in tomorrow. It's opening day. I'm gonna do soccer. I mean, there's obviously a soccer game, but like, I'm gonna drink beer and watch opening day baseball.
Wow.
I might even put up a short. I might even put up a video. I don't know. I'm gonna drink beer. If you're in Discord and you want to chat while we're watching baseball and playing video games, I'm around.
I was about to say I'm even off tomorrow. I just didn't know that it was opening day. I thought that was an April thing.
No, I mean we're getting very close to April, but yeah, it's late March.
All right, well, that's all we got for you guys. If you want any drip, you want to rep me, you want to rep Oaks, you want to rep any of your favorite teams, tftdrip.com. Link is in the description below. Make sure you check that out. Hoodies, joggers, sweatshorts, t-shirts, hats.
Joggers are the most comfortable shit ever. I own fucking like 5 pairs of them.
I put out some new hats too as well. So, make sure you guys go check them out, tftdrip.com. Make sure you follow us at TwoFootTalk. That's at TWOFootTalk. Link, again, is right in the description below. You can follow me at A Young Leg. You can follow Oaks at BurOaks77. Again, links are all right down in the description. You click it, hit follow. You'll get all the updates, all of our picks. Anytime we go live, any new content coming out, it goes right through all those Twitter accounts. Make sure as well you are liking and subscribing to the YouTube. It helps us out tremendously and helps us able to keep coming in every week and making these streams even better for you. So make sure you like, subscribe, comment, all that jazz. Hit the bell if you need to be notified. We're live every single Wednesday at 7:30 Eastern time. So once again, thank you guys all for tuning in for that. Oaks, anything to add?
No, I'm gonna try and keep up as much as I can. Doing the daily baseball videos. Obviously, early season it's gonna be what it is, until I get some data. Baseball is always difficult, but we're gonna keep firing away anyway. So fuck them. Other than that, fuck what you heard.
Yeah, it's what you're hearing. We're 2 Foot Talk, and we're out. If they pay